All right, Nate, so for this video, I want you to see your stance and the consistency that can help and potential consistency that could hurt. So realistically, I'm talking about habits, right? There's things that we're in control of that are non-athletic. I would say our focus and our ability to be prepared, right? So our stance is probably number one as far as that goes. Anybody can have a good stance, anybody can have a bad stance. Once we get moving, that's the other part. Going left to right to left, there's usually a stronger side, weaker side. I mean, we're better with our blocker, our glove. And part of the reason why I'm talking about this is you actually track the puck very well, but you're rarely completely prepared for the shot. And so, for example, I'm going to start out just getting you moving. So look, as you push out, everything looks great, right? You shuffle, everything looks great. Super clean, sticks where it's supposed to be. Awesome. And that was going left to right. Now we're going to go right to left. Exactly the same setup. Stance looks good, sticks on the ice, gloves are level. Okay? So I'm going to rewind it real quick, and I'm just going to kind of talk about what we would consider to be a good stance. Gloves are level. Your glove's always going to be a little bit higher than the blocker, so that's good. Centered, so we're not leaning one way more than the other. Maybe a little bit toward the glove, but again, not so far off that you're off balance. Stick covering the 5-hole, pretty even on both sides. You're not on your heel. And very little double coverage. And what we mean by that is a lot of times glove and blocker could potentially come in, maybe a little bit more so on the glove than the blocker. But again, fairly balanced. And so if you're set like this on any shot, you'll have the ability to shift side to side, drop flat, drop side to side, right? So this is good. Now we're going to fast forward to the shots. This is where some things change. And again, it's habit. Maybe you're unaware of this, but we've talked about it quite a bit. It's almost like when the shot's going to come, you just start to decide, I got to start moving. The thing is, until the puck leaves my stick, you're a statue, man. Just mirror me, right? That stance that you had, you're floating left or right with your shuffles. That's all we want. So watch this. You push out, looks good. You shuffle, looks good. You attack the shot, what happens? You kind of crumble a little bit. Watch this. Watch what happens to your stick. Comes up in the air, right? It's like you know a shot's going to come. Where'd that stick go? No longer covering our 5-hole. We talked about double coverage with the gloves. You got your blocker in, you got your glove in, and all that size that you have, you're a big kid, you're not really using it anymore, are you? So now that puck hits your pad and goes out. Now let's pretend, again, it's not a bad save by any means. But what if I had shot it here a little bit quicker and you could get down? It's a goal. The other thing is, if you're using your stick, it's hitting your stick, more than likely going out of play. That's what we want. The habit of you following the puck, excellent though. You've gotten much better at that since we started this early in the spring. Okay, again, stance looks good. Now let's watch. As you attack to come across, what happened? You got really wide again. Look at this. Stick goes on its heel. You get the double coverage. You've committed. I haven't even touched the puck yet. You're already down. There's a knee down. The puck hasn't left. The second knee drops, and because you dropped the wrong knee first, you power pushed completely out of the way. And you decided, for me, I actually was going to shoot glove. I shot blocker because you moved glove. And you end up missing it by 6-7 inches. If you're just standing there, you make that save. So try to remember that, all right? The things that are going to make us better goalies, it's not athleticism. It's not even necessarily effort. It's consistency. And so once you put yourself in a situation where you know you have all the tools, you're not going to be as reactive. You're going to let the play develop. You're not going to do anything until the shot comes. And then you're going to play the percentages, okay? Your size is going to win more times than my shot will. That's just blanket statement. Easiest thing that I can say to you. And then let's talk about tracking the puck. Add that to the mix. You're winning even more of those battles. And then we talk about athleticism, potentially giving up a bad rebound, being in position to make a second save. You're going to win more of those battles. But you're not going to win as many if you're making your mind up for the shooter. If you react before the shot, you are going to have a lot of trouble. it's just going to make things much harder. So what's the exercise here? Patience. Next time you're on the ice, and every time you're on the ice, try to just be patient. Let the play happen. Get scored on, who cares? If you can kind of train yourself to be a bit more patient, now all those things are going to start to fall down in order, right? Stance is going to be better. Your commitment to being patient is going to be better. Your activity is going to be, a little bit less, and your reads are going to be better. So overall, better goalie.